Yeah,
having the mic here.
I sometimes leave it in just for like the look of it. That's it's like
I'm
like
literally gonna
maybe.
do that.
But yeah, introduce yourself and who you are and what you do.
Hi everyone, I am Anouk. I make music. I'm like in Stellenbosch and I make music in my room. It's quite a challenge, but I think I'm managing quite well. I'm currently also like studying, so it's kind of hard to balance that with music. I'm doing computer science slash IT, with like a math major. Actually, writing in 2 days' time. But anyway, yeah, that's who I am.
Okay, so you're down in the Cape at the moment, but you are originally from Bloem, right?
Yeah,
And when did that shift from Bloemfontein to Cape Town happen?
in the end of 2015. So I was like grade five.
Oh, okay, so it's been a while already.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I went here to like Bloemhof High School, and yeah, like it's really good in Stellenbosch. I actually prefer it in Stellies than Bloem.
Like I'm gonna be honest with you, like I've been to Bloem like twice in my life, and there isn't really anything there. So,
I know, no, I
so
agree with you. No, it's awful. No, it's
like,
cold and yeah, it's not the best.
and it's also not the best for like an aspiring artist. Now, correct me if I'm wrong,
No.
but your genre is hyperpop,
Yes.
so it's in that vein. So, weirdly enough, you're like the second hyperpop artist I've spoken to like in the last like 2 3 weeks.
Oh,
Especially for that, the more niche alternative genres. Like Bloom does not have that infrastructure, or just
yeah,
anything for that matter. Because I know a lot of the guys
yeah.
talk about trying to play shows there. And how did you even get involved in music, or did you start music after you had already left Bloom?
So basically, so I did piano. So like I played piano when I was like 6 years old. So from a like super young age, I was doing piano. And then in grade 11, like the beginning of grade 11, my friends started making music and I like absolutely fell in love with it. I got like obsessed. Like it was insane. So actually back in 2021, so when I was grade 11, I started making music and then I quit for an entire year for matric, just to make sure that my marks are up there and like I get into good unis and stuff. And then I started again next year. Oh, sorry. Then I started again last year. Um, oops. Then I started again last year and yeah, I'm going strong. Pretty going good. Yeah.
How are you balancing like music and studies? Like you were saying, that did you have to take a step back from music for a little bit just to focus on your studies for a while?
So in high school, yes, you actually have to get like good marks to get into uni. I was actually trying to get into medicine. I failed at that. So yeah, I kind of quit it just to well, not quit, just took a break to really get like super high marks to get into medicine. And unfortunately I didn't make it. But yeah, like currently I you literally just need like 50 to pass. And like the way I'm balancing it is I work like a dog. Like I work so much. Like I'd say I work like 3 times that of the like normal person.
And I work like a dog day and night.
Um like even I had a month streak. It recently ended unfortunately, but I had a 3 month streak where I would upload daily on TikTok, free TikToks, like for 3 months straight, like even on like holidays, like weekends. Like I would be at someone's house and I'd be like, be right back. And I would literally go into their room and like post my TikToks.
That's heavy. And like a lot of people don't realize how much work that can actually be, and like how draining it can be. Because I remember looking at it, and I vaguely around about that time, not even vaguely actually, it sticks out clearly in my memory that I was seeing content from you constantly, and my first thought was, how? How are you doing this? How are you keeping it up at this consistency? How, like, what kind of human being is capable of this? So yeah, no, I fully relate because that shit is not easy. I tried once. I think I kept it out for less than a month, and I was like, no, I can't keep up with this.
But yeah, like it's super difficult. And the thing I do that actually helps me is I remind myself that every single day I need to invest into music. Like I ask myself, how badly do I want this? And I make sure that every single day is an investment for my music. Where I'm making a song, whether it's TikTok, like any small thing, just to invest in it. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be about the amount you do per day, rather than just like, oh, let's give it like, let's do nothing today, let's do 100% today. Like, you really need to be consistent with it. But it's also weird with music because you do have a chance of just like randomly blowing up. But of course, to increase your chances, you want to be like every single day, like super consistent.
Yeah, like there is an element of luck to it, but you can bend that luck to your favor. Like,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
it's tricky. It's tricky. Like it's very rare that someone you'll find that a lot of people who just blow up suddenly. It's not just like a sudden thing. Like a lot of those people had been posting their tits off like prior to that.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely like that. And something that I kind of feel stable with is with TikTok. Um, I'm aiming to gain like 1,000 followers a month. I know that doesn't sound a lot, but it's really kind of that's like the average I'm getting, and it's really good to know that okay, per month I'm gonna get 1,000 followers. So like in a year, okay, 12,000, and then that grows exponentially. So then okay, next year 50,000, and it's something that because I'm posting consistent, there's like a continuous income of followers, and I don't need that kind of luck factor, even though it takes a lot of time. Even though like obviously I would have loved to just get like all of that in a day. It's like it's good to be consistent and have that stable income as well, so you don't rely on luck fully.
I love how you say like 1,000 a month isn't a lot, but like let's be honest, like a lot of the people who would either be watching this or working on this or who are smaller content creators, like 1,000 a month is a lot. And then like moving back to the actual music itself, why hyperpop? What made you go down that road?
Oh, that's such a good question. Okay, before I answer that, I actually want to add something. So I'm kind of diverging more into a like rock type of hype hyper pop style. I actually met up with Loki Rothman recently. Do you know him by chance?
I don't think so. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. Hold on. You said Loki Rothman.
He works with like Jack Parrow, and like I know he worked with Angie Ooh, and the Android was also at his studio recently. But he's kind of diverging me more into like a rock style. So to keep that kind of hyper pop, like large energy type of a feel to my music, but have it more of a like not as niched as hyper pop. But also I'm also trying to obviously incorporate more hyperpop stuff into that for it to like stand out in the market and stuff like that. So it's going to be a really interesting blend of genres. But anyway, the reason why I started with hyperpop, or like the reason why I do hyperpop, is I listen to this artist Glaive. Like, I'm so obsessed with him. I don't know if you know Glaive.
I feel like we're gonna have a couple of moments of me just being like, I don't think so. Hold on. Like glaive as in like the weapon, like is it
Yeah,
GL
but
what?
type in like Glaive musician. But yeah,
Sweet.
like
Here we go. Glaive music. I don't know. I don't think this is the right person.
okay, okay,
But yeah, yeah.
but
Carry on with the
okay, but
explanation. I'll find them.
okay, okay, but he's like a year younger than I am, and like his way and use of words is like incredible, and that's the first artist I really like related to, and really like enjoyed the style of their music and saw them as like super cool. So he kind of like inspired me to go into hyperpop. Um, yeah, it's a very specialized niche type of genre, but yeah, like it's super fun to make.
Walk me through a bit like of how you sort of conceptualize the song, and because you know God, my fucking thought train of thought died completely. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so walk me through how you sort of conceptualize the song, from the beginning of it to the end, and how you put those different sort of pieces together. So I'm like very much conventional in my writing in terms of like I pick up a guitar, I come up with riffs, and then I sort of build from around there. What is your process?
Okay, so first off, I only write music when I'm like really sad or like strongly feeling something. Even with my vocals, I only record them, or like 80% of the time, I only record them when I'm super sad to really have that emotive value in them and really like it just adds a lot having that. So, first of all, I would first start with like you said, like a little guitar type of sample that I quickly cook up. And then I would like build upon it with um, like synths, rock guitars. Like I would really go into the layering of the beat. Yeah, just mess around with plugins. Just really see like what sounds different, what works, what's cool, what's like normal stuff like that. I also prefer to write or like to make beats at night when it's like super chill and I can really like hone into my feelings and really conceptualize the song. Yeah, so it's basically that. I first make the beat and then I sing the vocals. And it's actually cool because, like, not a lot of people, like artists, actually make their beats. So it's just like a little flex. But also have, like, oh, I make the beats.
You do everything from scratch, yeah, and I get you 100%. I can relate to the at night thing though. Like I personally become, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but I'm way more creative, like in the dead of night where I'm not supposed to be making noise.
Literally, literally.
And then so I'm like sitting there in bed, like, oh God, that would be sick. Let's go and do it. Like
No, literally.
completely relatable. I can completely 100% get behind that.
But you also have the thing, like, right as you fall asleep, you just have this, like, trail of thoughts and just, like, profound melody just pop into your head.
Yeah,
Literally,
absolutely.
it's a thing. It's a
Yeah.
thing. It's yeah. So I would like sometimes get up and just go record that.
And then like other than like Glaive, who would you say are some of your like influences in the music that you make currently?
I'm listening to a lot of Reese now. It's like Glaive's friend. I'm also listening to Internet Girl now, who's also South African musicians. Um,
At least I know Internet Girl. There we go.
okay,
That's
yeah,
like
it is, it is.
Finally!
And um, XXX Tentacion, kind of a little bit, even though it doesn't like apparently seem like that. It's as apparent. Um, but I would say like with my lyrics, I definitely take inspiration from XXX Tentacion. Who else? Who else? Billie Eilish actually. Someone commented, "I'm South Africa's Billie Eilish."
that's a compliment. I could, you know, you can take that and you can run with it. Like I would abuse the living shit out of that if I'm gonna be honest with you. And but like those are the first, if I'm not mistaken, Billie Eilish and XX are the first two like international artists that you've mentioned in this, which is very interesting, which is like a complete like sort of flip of what I would normally hear in terms of like influences. So it's actually really interesting that more of what's influenced you into making music and how you make music is other South African artists and not necessarily international ones. How did that come about? Was it just from discovering Glaive and then moving out from there, or being exposed to other South African music? Like I find that really interesting.
Yeah, so because TikTok's algorithm is like crazy good at like identifying viewers and target audience. So because like I get recommended the type of music I make and like most of them are like from South Africa. So just branches from there basically. So um did I explain that well? I feel like I didn't explain that well.
I would say like TikTok is what introduced you to other South African artists. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because of the algorithm that it's so good and like so spot on. Yeah, I just discovered them on TikTok really. And like, yeah.
I mean, that's how I discovered you, to be honest. Like, is through TikTok, and like a lot of people underestimate how powerful like TikTok is as a marketing tool for an artist if you can get it right. If you can find a niche in a market, you can do something. You can boost your music, your plays, and your views, and all of those things through that platform.
Yeah, like it's really crazy, honestly. It's amazing.
And I was looking at your Spotify. You have about, I think it's about 1,100 monthly listeners. It's in around about that range, and that, come on, like you got to be proud of that at the very least. That is a pretty good number.
Thank you.
How would you say that you converted that traffic? So, how have you converted those viewers and those like followers on TikTok to listeners, regular monthly listeners of your music?
Okay. So Wish is actually getting. So I think the majority of that streams is from Wish. People love Wish. Wish. It has like 12k now. Um, and like each month it just like continuously gets like a lot of play. So I think a lot of it is from Wish, is from TikTok. But the way that I converted people is I really try and hone into like the personal aspect of me as a musician. I see a lot of people that like try to advertise their stuff and like listen to this song and just wow, just like scram. And it's like, okay, but who are you as a person? Why should I listen to your stuff? Where you from? Like, what can I relate with as you as a person? Something I don't know if you know Ben Rodriguez.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
I don't think so. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, but he's actually like busy like doing extremely well, blowing up, whatever. But one thing that he really played well is letting people know who he is as a person, and it's just like just making it more personal. I also really love replying to every comment or most people. I reply like most of my DMs. I really make it like a personal thing for my audience. Yeah, it's just like basically being more than just please give me streams. It's like who am I as an artist? Why should you listen to me?
Yeah, like that's actually really, really well put. Like I really hope that might just benefit me actually for that matter. Like,
Yo,
thank you. And I'm looking at
yeah,
Ben Rodriguez
awesome.
now, and I'm like, damn, this man's got
Did you see he blew
185,000.
up? He's from Cape
Yeah.
Town.
Really?
Yo, he's
What?
from Cape Town. You know how jealous I am.
I can imagine, dude. I can imagine. You know what the thing I love about this platform most is like I have interviewed roughly about like two to nearly 300 or about 150 to 250 artists, and I'm still finding people I've never heard of ever.
That's so crazy.
Spoken to so many South African artists and musicians, and I actively sit and follow the South African music scene, and I still have moments like this where I've never heard of a dude who has 185,000 followers.
No, he's been really like blowing up on TikTok. I'm actually surprised that you don't know about him. Like even my boyfriend, like knew about his stuff, and like he's not really into the music scene at all.
Tell me about working with Michael Morella.
Oh, do you know about that? Do you know about Michael? Tell me how much do you know about Michael?
Quite literally from doing research for this video, it's just making like the music videos that he's made. So tell me a bit more about him and what it was like working with him.
Yeah. Do you see how like the quality of his stuff is really insane? Did you see
It's
that?
absolutely insane. Like I see there's a bit of drone footage. There's just it's.
Yeah.
I ended
No.
up getting stuck on a song called "Stuck" by a dude
Oh,
named
is it Bradley's? Baby,
yeah,
I'm
and I was
stuck
like,
up, can't find it.
just like, oh, what's this? And then I ended up watching the whole thing. I was like, oh, that was actually pretty damn good. That kept me yeah for the whole.
Bradley's also actually from Cape Town.
I assume most of the people that would be shooting music videos would be.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me begin. Michael is literally, oh my goodness, he undercharged me. Like his work and the amount I paid, like not because I'm just, it's this is my way of saying like he has insane quality, and the thing I loved about Michael is he actually cared about this music video. He invited all the people. He went out, rented a smoke machine. He made up the entire flat with all his friends. He removed or replaced his bathroom light with like a red light for it to look good for the music video. He spent days and days on research. Michael is absolutely insanely good. Like, I would recommend him 100%. Please sponsor me, Michael. I would recommend him 100% to any artist in Cape Town. He is incredible. And he's actually Kevin Math Science brother. Kevin Math Science is a YouTuber with like 300,000 subscribers. And he makes like math videos. He got me through matric. He got a lot of my friends and I through grade 11. Like Kevin is such a beast. But anyway, so Kevin has a really good platform, and Michael also asks Kevin to like share your stuff, to share like the artist stuff on his page. Um, so yeah, Michael is like the go-to guy at this moment. He's also working with, I think it's Liam. I'm not sure, but it's this really good entrepreneur guy with also good contacts. Like he's working with a lot of big people now, like not like big, but like he's working with like really like kind of people were already an established brand stuff. So yeah, like Michael is honestly amazing. Like the effort he put in, and not even the effort, like he's super talented. Like that kid is crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, yeah, I absolutely adore him. Yeah, it was super fun to work with. Yeah, it's just an amazing kid.
That's like I'm gonna use that whole section as a reel and just plug in through there. That's just like, it's sweet. There's a free advert. It's like,
Pleasure, Michael. Pleasure, pleasure.
and then it's cool. So like, one of the last steps of all of this is I actually just want to ask you some of the questions. So this is a new section that I'm going to be doing, where I've asked a couple of people to ask like sort of any sort of questions that they might have had for you. And so the first question that I got here is, how do you know when a song is ready to be published or released? Do you have like a specific?
Damn, when I make, do you know the stank face like the, you know that?
Yes, 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 yes. This is
So
like
so
this
when
is
I do that, I'm like, nah, this button, this needs to be released. I also send it to like my artist friends, and they tell me like I always mess up the mixing, so I always need to go back and fix the mix. Um, but how do I explain? You just like I don't want to say you just know because that's such a crap answer, but I'd say like you just want to like drive to it. You just feel like proud of what you did. When you feel proud of what you did, and when you want people to see what you did and not like okay, let's hope this is all right. I'm good, this should be fine. When you're like doubting it, like then you know like nah, like a retry. But when you're really like proud, like damn, like I made this, then you know like it's ready. And in terms of ready of publish, like I said, like you just ask friends and then like they give you advice and they'll tell you. But how you know that a song is good is like yeah, what I said previously.
And then Ava asks, how is her editing so good, and what app or software does she use?
Oh my word! Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. That's super cute. Um, okay, so I actually use. Okay, let's begin. Oh, where do I start with this? This is
This
like
is going to
such
be a
lore.
breakdown, like a technical
Yeah,
breakdown.
yeah, okay, okay. No, this is literally on Nick lore. So I, this is literally lore. So I worked at an editing company, international editing company last year. So yeah, like I actually got hired. I was the youngest person there, and I didn't have a degree. So um,
Killing it, killing it. Okay, 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 I get it. You've proven your point. I get you.
okay, sorry, sorry. Um, yeah, I worked with them, so obviously got experience there. I edit on Adobe Premiere Pro, on Adobe After Effects. I watch a lot of tutorials, and I really like try to be creative with what I learned. Um, Try to mix different stuff. Mix different presets. What else? Yeah, just like going an extra mile of like downloading some presets and really like honing in or like committing to something that you think is above your comfort zone or sorry outside of your comfort zone. um Really just like being consistent with it and yeah, being creative with it. I feel like I answered that so crappy.
I'm actually that's a pretty good answer. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. How do you balance your art and mental health?
I'd say it goes together. Like when I like I said, when I feel sad, I like sing songs. Makes me feel better. It's actually productive for music. Um so in the songwriting process is really beneficial. You get out what you're feeling. It's like a type of therapy. But in terms of work ethic, how that can hone your work ethic with music, and seeing as I work like incredibly hard on this, it this is gonna be a crap answer, but I just like push through. I just post my TikToks. Like I can be like sad after I've posted my TikToks. Um,
It's
it's
so it's so rough. I can't help but laugh. Actually, like it's like, I get you, I understand, but it's like actually like almost comical. Like, I get it, I fully get it, but it's just like, damn,
yeah,
man.
it's rough. I'm like really good. I don't want to like glaze myself. I'm really good at like regulating my emotions, and I have a very good support system. So I usually go to them and just like push through.
And then the last one's a bit of like an out-of-pocket one. Um, what's her response to the person that said she has a terrible voice?
Did someone say that?
Apparently, someone, somewhere said you have a terrible voice. Maybe you didn't even see it. Maybe this is news to you.
Yeah, this literally is. What do I say to that? Oh, what do I say to that? Um, do I try to say like a comeback? Do I actually say what I really think? Like, even I don't know how I answer that. Um, I know my voice is good. Like I sang in multiple choirs. I have had multiple people reach out to me because of my vocals. I've been invited to a studio because of my vocals. Um, I'm not tone deaf. I know my vocals are like pretty good. Like I know my vocals aren't bad. Like
Yeah, so the short answer is to that person, get fucked.
yeah, for sure.
And then, yeah, in closing, where can people find you? Where can people find your music and get in touch with you?
Ooh, okay. You can find my music on Spotify. Thank you for the promo though. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, um, like any streaming platform you want to listen to me on, you can find me. And my name is like An00k. Let's try to get the lights to say it.
The lights, so you cannot
Um,
see the name at all. But
you literally can't.
it's quite literally just like one light blur.
Yo, it's literally just like a random light. Yeah, so it's basically An00k, and you just type that in and I'll pop up.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nick, for taking the time to have a chat with me on this Sunday afternoon.
Thank you, Marcel. I really enjoyed it.
And yeah, I really look forward to seeing what you're going to be doing and where things are going to be going for you in the future.
Thank you, Marcel.
These beats are coming into my favorite sport. That they would change, but everything just stayed the same.